day to you all. This is Creative Works by Annie, and welcome to my channel. I would normally be saying it's coffee time, but I actually have carbonated water today. Yeah, this is my coaster. I already had my pot of coffee. I've been up since about 9:30, 10 o'clock from last night, and I've already had 2 cups of tea, mint tea, and a pot of coffee, and now I'm drinking water. Why was I up? Because I have a little issue with restless leg syndrome, and I was having a little bit of a problem, and I woke up because of it, and I couldn't move because of this. Yeah, I'm that little squiggle line, and those are the 4 cats that were not letting me stretch out. So I ended up just having to get out of bed, walk around, and stuff like that. So, if you're wondering, this is the closest thing to St. Patrick's Day shirt I have. If you can't read it, if it for some reason it's backwards, because on my screen it's backwards. It says, "The liver is evil and must be punished." I bought this online off of eBay because it has skulls on it. But it's the Shamrock Brewing Company in Colorado, so feel free to send me any more beautiful, lovely skull clothes. Love them. Okay, which just realized that bag over there and that hat looks like a sombrero and a nice party bag. Pretty good. The party bag actually is because I usually keep my grass in it that I use for like gift baskets and stuff like that, all the paper or the raffia type grass. And so me and my daughter made some gift baskets up. She's going to be doing a business expo and carbonated water at her university, Greensboro. And she's going to be representing me as well as her because she's done this many, many times. She's just going to be doing jewelry, some little gift basket type thingies, coffee mugs. So, good times indeed. But, speaking of gift baskets, that box right there, I have something brewing in that box right there. I'm debating whether or not to do a raffle giveaway type thing. So once I figure out how to do something like that on YouTube, but I'll also carry it over to my Facebook page, and we'll figure something out. So to be announced. But there's some cool goodies in there. Okay, so now that we have all that going on and all done, let me get her name real quick. There was a gal that was watching one of my actual postmortem tutorials, and I held out my little skeleton right here, and I was telling people what part we're going to be crocheting, and I pointed to the scapulas. So I said, well, I told a little story about how I have some human scapulas, and said if anybody wants to know anything else or see them, just to put a message in the comment. So she did, and so we're going to be talking about scapulas today. So a scapula is also known as a shoulder blade. It attaches the top of the arm to the collarbone, and they're found on both sides of the body, and basically any animal that has bones are going to have a scapula. So let's get started showing you some of my little collection. Now I don't know actual breeds of them, but I do know the animal, okay? So let's start out with a common one that you might see a lot if you go walk through the woods or anything. You might see a deer scapula, okay? It's a nice triangular shape. This is what I kind of got started decorating. When I first started doing my bone art, I did a lot of painting and drawing on deer scapulas. So I'm gonna kind of put them aside so I can have more room here. Now this is a small one because would be, I guess, considered a piglet, maybe 1 to 2 year old pig. But this is it. It looks more rounded on the bottom and pointy on top, but it has this really cool little nub in the back there. So that's how come I know it's a pig. Okay. Some of these I don't remember where I got them from. This one would be a dog. It's a pretty good sized breed of a dog. I believe I got this from another bone artist or someone like that who just threw it in a random thing of bones for me and sent it to me. I get that often. Or we did a trade or something. So now I'm going to show you another more common one that you might see if you see a lot of roadkill or whatnot, is a raccoon. Okay? And this one is one of my favorites because it has such a beautiful shape. And fantastically, it still has part of the collarbone on it, which is really cool. So that's why this one's special to me, because it's just, I just think it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So, and then I keep hinting at this, but in March, or not March, we are in March. In May, I'm going to be telling you some of the reasons why I have a little bit of memory issues. I can't remember names too good, or I have to pause and really think about it, or I will put up the word I was thinking of or whatnot somewhere on the screen. So yeah, I will be getting into that, but I'll give you another. If you watch some of my videos, I do give little hints. So, but here's another hint. This one is my spirit animal, or you could say the mascot of one of my issues, and it's a opossum. Let's see, trying to show a good thing. I had to have the overhead light on to show you the bones nicer. But this one's really cute because it's nice and round. And let's see. Here's the smallest bone that I have available that I can show you. Now this is a squirrel. And it's just a little tiny, tiny, tiny thing. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Let's see. Tiny thing. So adorable, almost translucent because of how small it is. And it's just, isn't that gorgeous? I love scapulas. I love scapulas and sternums. Sternums are right here. I just think they're just some of the most beautiful bones that we have in the body. And I just love bones. I can't help it. I love bones. Okay, now I'm going to show you the biggest scapula I have. It's actually one of the few scapulas, or actually bones that I have created on that I have in my collection. And it's a pen line drawing, and it has staining, but I didn't stain the drawing part. I only stained the bone. So it's pretty cool. Now this is from an Angus cow. That's one of those really big black cows, and everybody's like sought after meat, Angus beef. Okay, now this is just to tell you how big they are. My head's right here. It's good size. Okay, it's the whole width of my body, and I'm not that tiny crossed. And so yeah, it's just one of my big pen drawings on an Angus cow bone. Most cows that around dairy cows type things, they're only going to be maybe from the end here to about here. So it's a really, really big cow. So there's a lot of beef for your buck on that one. Okay, now I saved the one that everybody's probably been waiting for. If you, I mentioned about I was talking about my human scapula. I meant, there was a gal that messaged me many, many years ago, and gosh, close to 10 years ago now, she messaged me, said, oh, you work with scapulas a lot. You love scapulas. Would you happen to want to purchase 2 matched human scapulas? So she worked, I think, at a college, so it was medical type grade. They weren't the best specimens. They were not from the same person. And she goes, I just want to give them a home. So I'm like, okay. It was an honor. Now, these are my only 2 bones. I only took one out of the cabinet because the other one was not the greatest. It has a hole in it because it's so thin. I don't know what happened to the person to have that big hole in their scapula, but who knows. So this one reminds me of an African elephant ear. Okay? You can see an ear. But yeah, it's just a beautiful bone. You would think that maybe angel wings come to mind when you have this, because they are on the back, and they do have this. Let's see if I can turn it this way for the camera. Okay. So this is the way it would, on your back, this is the way it would look. Okay. So yeah, isn't that gorgeous? So yeah, it's a real human scapula, and it kind of almost reflects, or kind of looks like a, I guess a squirrel. Here's a raccoon again. Here's the possum. Now these are on different sides. Okay, but there's the possum. Here is the dog. Here's the pig compared to the human, which, not too bad. Nowhere near the Angus. Let me pick back up my deer. Human and the deer. Okay? So we all vertebrates will have the scapulas. And yeah, once again, since I'm talking about bones, make sure that if you want to start doing collecting and stuff like that, please see your local state laws, as well as check out the federal laws, what you can and cannot have. Do not play with birds, because that's a part of the migrant, oh my gosh, once again, see, brain, Migratory Bird Treaty Act. That has been played with a little bit, but for the most part, just don't touch a bird. If you see a bird laying on the ground, if you want to gently pick it up and move it to the side, move it into the woods or somewhere where nature can take its course, that's fine, but otherwise just leave it alone, okay? If you want to go pick up roadkill and stuff like that to start cleaning and processing, I'm going to put the link down once again to Bone Lust, because she has a wonderful, wonderful blog, and you can read up on how to properly clean them. Also, once again with that, make sure you know your laws, your state laws and city laws of what you can and cannot pick up. Sometimes you have to call and ask to pick it up. So make sure you know your laws before you actually touch any kind of bones, okay? And in some states, you cannot own human bones. So really, really, please look into your laws before you start collecting, just in case, because I don't want nothing to happen to any of you. So, okay, super long video today. I rambling on because I probably need a third nap. I've already had 2 naps. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. So I'm gonna get this done, and I'll look forward to getting or seeing a couple other videos. I'm doing a painted one that'll be coming up the next week or two, as well as I didn't pull a sample of it, but I do have the pattern here. If you want to go ahead and pick up my free pattern for Easterly Skulls and Ravelry, go grab that. And it's a great time to go to your local craft store or Walmart and get the plastic eggs that you can decorate. They chalk or paint or whatnot, and it comes in an egg carton. I don't happen to have any right here. I'm going to have to dig them out, but I will have them for the video so you can see that. So go pick that up, do a little prep work, and yes, the plastic eggs that break apart that you fill do work for this project. And that will be a crochet along that I will be working on. I'm going to get it out maybe this week, so that way you can prep ahead for Easter. Okay? So that way you can shock some of your family members that you have skull decorated eggs. Okay? So with that, I'm going to put away the scapulas, except for a couple of the ones where I couldn't reach and my husband had to get them. That's why the video has been delayed for a while, because I'm short and he's over 6 foot tall. So yeah. Okay, you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And like I said, if you want to know about this mystery box here and want to do a giveaway, go do that. If you want to learn about bones, click on the link to Bone Lust. And if you want to help me out and raise money for St. Jude, and possibly win a post-mortem doily with maybe a couple other little tidbits and wonderful things in the package, follow that link down below and donate at least $5. You know, a great cause. And yeah. So with that, I'm going to call it good. Have a wonderful day, everyone.